morning, everyone. I would like to welcome you to this statutory meeting of Strathbogie Shire Council, held here today on Tuesday, the 18th of November 2025 at the Euroa Community Conference Centre. The purpose of this meeting is to elect a mayor and, if decided, a deputy mayor in accordance with sections 25 and 26 of the Local Government Act 2020. I am Rochelle Kotrocki, Chief Executive Officer of Strathbogie Shire Council, and I will be chairing today's meeting until a mayor has been elected, who will then assume control of the remainder of the meeting. I would first like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the places we live, work and play. We recognise and respect with the enduring relationship they have with their lands and waters, and we pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Today we are meeting on the lands of the Tanarong peoples of the Eastern Kulin Nation, whose sovereignty here has never been ceded. As per Strathbogie Shire governance rules and legislation, and in accordance with the Local Government Act 2020, notices relating to privacy, governance, voting and meeting procedure are given as read, as printed in today's agenda. Are there any apologies or leaves of absence for today's meeting? Councillors, are there any disclosures of conflict of interest? Thank you, councillors. We will now move to the first item on this morning's agenda. Item 7.1.1, page 5, determination of mayoral term office. Councillors, could I please have a motion, and can you state what your motion is? Thank you, councillor.
Thank you, CEO Kotrocki. I would like to move a motion as is written in the recommendation on page 5 of our agendas today, this morning, that the council determines that the mayor be elected for a term of 1 year, and 2, that the council determines that the deputy mayor will be elected for a period of 1 year should councillors choose to establish the office of deputy mayor.
Thank you, councillor. Councillors, is there a seconder for the motion? Thank you, councillor Stevens. Is there any opposition to the motion, or would any councillors like to speak to the motion? No, then I will put the motion to the vote. All those in favour? And that has been carried. We now move to item 7.1.2 on the agenda, the election of the mayor. Under section 25.1 of the Local Government Act 2020, a mayor must be elected at a meeting that is open to the public. Any councillor is eligible to be elected as mayor, and nominations for the office of mayor do not require a seconder. Section 12 of Strathbogie Shire Council Governance Rules sets out the requirements for the election of the mayor, and this election process will be undertaken in accordance with these rules. I will now invite nominations for the office of mayor from those councillors present. Is any councillor like to put forward a nomination? Yes, councillor House.
Well, I would like to nominate Scott Jeffrey.
Councillor.
Someone speaking immediately or after?
No. Councillor Jeffrey, would you like to accept that nomination?
I would, thank you.
Is there any other nominations from councillors? If there are no further nominations, Councillor Jeffrey, would you like to make a brief verbal presentation to the councillors in support of your nomination?
Well, I think we've spoken at length. Thank you, CEO Kotrocki, amongst the councillor group about this. Obviously, everyone has had an opportunity to get to know me and my leadership style over the past 12 months in the deputy role. People are also aware that my family's been in this district for more than 150 years, and I'm 5th generation at Tarkham. some of the opportunities I think that I can help steer the councillor group this year towards resolving are particularly the reputation of council and improving that. We have a lot of work to do around economic development, cost of living for the community, and really getting out amongst the community and having their voices heard. And I believe as a proven business leader, I'm well placed to do that, create relationships within the council group and the organisation. And I look forward to utilising that throughout the year.
Thank you, Councillor Jeffrey. And as there is only one nomination for the role of the Mayor, Councillor, you are duly elected as the Mayor for the next 12 months. And Councillor Jeffrey, and to come sit next to me to run the rest of the meeting for the nomination of the deputy. Councillor, thanks, we. Well done.
Thank you.
That's great.
Absolutely not. If I do. I went straight on without speech. One that I prepared earlier,
And I should say,
just in case.
if you would like to, in accepting this nomination as the new Mayor, would you like to now read out your acceptance speech?
I would, thank you very much. And thank you for the confidence shown in me by the councillor group. Firstly, I'd like to thank outgoing Mayor, Councillor Ewart Kennedy, for her dedication to the role throughout the year. She has shown exceptional resilience this year in the face of personal and concurrent organisational challenges, and that hasn't gone unnoticed. So thank you for that. It's a privilege to talk to you today as the newly elected Mayor of Strathbogie Shire. Working together over the past 12 months, you've known me to be a person of strong moral fabric and one who lives by my personal values of integrity, trust and performance. My family has called the Strathbogie Ranges home for more than 150 years and 6 generations. My great-great-grandparents helped lay the foundations of this district. My grandparents also worked the land, served on local communities and instilled in our family a lasting respect for community. Now, as Mayor, with the support of my parents, wife and children, I'm very proud to have the opportunity to continue that legacy, and I'm committed to serving the region that has given us so much. I'll bring to this role a leadership style grounded in 4 key principles: listening, transparency, accountability and action. I believe that good leadership begins with listening. The people of Strathbogie Shire know their community best, whether it's our farmers, business owners, educators, young families, or indeed the people within our organisation. Each voice matters. In addition, I'm committed to transparency and accountability. Public trust is earned through honesty, clear communication and responsible stewardship of our resources. In collaboration with our CEO, with whom I have a great working relationship, I'll strengthen confidence in our organisation by ensuring every policy, every project and every dollar serves the long-term interests of our residents. In this role, I'll ensure our communities will have an opportunity to be heard by conducting a municipal performance report with open questions at each of our townships. The intention is to do that twice per year in each town. Further to this, good leadership demands action. Strathbogie Shire faces real challenges, achieving financial sustainability, maintaining our ageing infrastructure, supporting local businesses, protecting our environment, and ensuring that our community remains safe and vibrant place to live, to name a few. I see my appointment to the Mayor role as an opportunity to have a proven business leader take action in bringing people together to achieve stability and facilitate lasting change. As we look forward, we must not think only of today, but of tomorrow. I'm here so that our children and grandchildren will have the opportunity to build fulfilling lives right here, to start a business, find work, raise families, and contribute to the community that continues to value connection, cooperation, and care. Where they can grow up surrounded by the same sense of community, safety, and belonging that we were lucky enough to inherit. That means investing wisely in our region's future. It means a big effort in economic development and advocacy through supporting local jobs and industry and improving access to essentials such as power, telecommunications, and internet at a price where families can afford to build a life. It means embracing progress without losing what makes us unique. I sought this office out of a deep sense of responsibility to uphold values that have sustained us for generations and to help shape a future worthy of those who will follow. Together, we can honour our past, strengthen our present, and deliver a future that ensures Strathbogie Shire continues to be a place of pride, opportunity, and belonging for generations to come. Thank you. We now move to item 7.1.3 on the agenda, election of Deputy Mayor. Under section 25.1 of the Local Government Act 2020, a Deputy Mayor may be elected at a meeting that is open to the public. Any councillor is eligible to be elected as Deputy Mayor, and nominations for the office of Deputy Mayor do not require a seconder. Section 13 of the Strathbogie Shire Council Governance Rules sets out requirements for the election of Deputy Mayor, and this election process will be undertaken in accordance with these rules. I'll now invite nominations for the office of Deputy Mayor from those councillors present. Councillor Carlson.
Mr Mayor, I nominate Councillor Claire Hewitt-Kennedy for the position of Deputy Mayor of Strathbogie Shire for the 2025-26 year.
Councillor Carlson. Councillor Hewitt-Kennedy, do you accept the nomination?
I do. So
Are there any further nominations? Councillor House.
I would like to self-nominate.
So I guess we'd have to ask whether you accept that. Thank you, Councillor Halsall. Do we have any further nominations? Okay, thank you. Councillor Hewitt-Kennedy, would you like to make a brief verbal presentation to the councillors in support of your nomination?
Oh, very briefly. Thank you, Mayor Jeffrey. Congratulations on your election. I would just say that I found this year as a first-time councillor and mayor to be incredibly rewarding but incredibly challenging. And it's not a job that people should take on unless they're ready for the ride. We live in the most beautiful shire in Australia, and I'm very proud to be connected to our community. And I believe my work as mayor puts me in very good stead to be a deputy and provide the support to you as mayor and to the council group. One of my proudest achievements this year has been the fact that we've restored integrity, respect and work ethic here at the council, and that will be my commitment moving forward. That's all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Kennedy. Councillor Halsall.
Thank you. Can I just check the time because it's 5 minutes? All right. I am nominating as deputy for a number of reasons. I just thought I would share them. We have had the incredible fortune of having a monitor in the room for our first 12 months. I think that has created a stability and a sanitation in the room that we will feel now that it's her term is finished. So my current concerns are splintering within the group, potentially a loss of momentum, getting caught up in the volume and an inability to see and seize opportunities. Potentially disengagement of individual councillors if they feel like their contribution is not heard or their vote makes no difference. A disenchantment of not feeling heard. feeling like a mushroom and the fall guy for unpopular decisions. So there's some of the concerns that I have about the current councillor group on the basis that because of the amount of statutory training we've done, we really haven't had the greatest of opportunities to consolidate our relationships together. In terms of council leadership, I think it's a fundamental to provide stability and respect and to foster the camaraderie within the group. After this 12 months, there's been some bonds between councillors, and I believe we need to work on diversifying these bonds and facilitating more links between more councillors rather than subgroups. I would like to focus on giving all councillors a voice, and to this point, I am present in the room in our briefings, and I am looking out for people that often get missed and their hand isn't seen. I would like to seek to understand what councillors are passionate about and to ensure they remain motivated and engaged for the remaining 3 years of our term. I think it's really important too, as part of the leadership group, to actually filter information, or not filter, but bring information back into the greater council group so that they can come along and feel informed and abreast of the directions within the steering leadership. I would like to be part of the leadership group that shares the intent behind meetings with ministers and others, to value council support prior to actions, meetings, and provide a weekly summary of the goings-ons to ensure that information is coming through proactively. I would like to be I am actually present in the room at all times to provide assistance in adjudication of meetings. I understand that as mayor, there are times when you have got to multitask and do things, and I am absolutely the second set of eyes and can continue to be to make sure that others feel heard. In terms of council direction, I would like to support innovation. I would like to continue to challenge the default. Just because it's has always been done by a neighbour doesn't mean it should be. And I think innovation as part of the leadership group is really fundamental. I would also like to see local investment prioritised, both financial and human. I believe we have a great community, and increasing our community's financial benefit of our own spending budget, as well as investing locally in the human capital within our immediate, we could actually implement some innovative strategies that would develop human capital here. And by here, I don't mean Euroa, I mean the broader Strathbogie Shire. I'm actually I'm also a very strong advocate for community connectedness. I think the idea of open forums in each community is fantastic. I've been talking about throughout this year reintroducing community meetings, and have been distracted. On the basis that it's not best practice consultation. But I think open and transparent communication is really important, and I would like to see more of it.
Thank you, Councillor Halsall. As there have been 2 nominations for Deputy Mayor, councillors will now vote for one of the candidates in the order of which nominations were received. If the candidate receives an absolute majority of the votes, that candidate is declared to be elected. Given Councillor Kennedy was the first nominated, we'll now put her nomination to the vote. All those in favour of Councillor Kennedy as Deputy Mayor? It's 4 votes, that's an absolute majority. Congratulations, Councillor Kennedy. You Deputy Mayor, Councillor Kennedy, would you like to provide an acceptance speech?
All I would like to thank you for my fellow councillors for the faith they've given me as the outgoing mayor and now as Deputy Mayor, and I pledge to support you as you have supported me very strongly this year. And I think the value of the way that the council has been in no short part to the fact that we had a very good working relationship, and we'll continue that. So I pledge to support you as Mayor and our whole council group move forward to put forward for economic development and advocacy as the focus for our council. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and a very warm welcome back to the leadership team. I'd like to invite you now as well to give your year in review wrap up.
Dear, oh dear. Okay, thank you very much, Mayor. Jeffrey, I just want to congratulate you again on being elected, and I think we're in very strong hands. It's just been an absolute honour to represent this Shire, and it's quite emotional really, because it's been a very tough year on a lot of levels. The interaction with the community on all different levels has been the absolute highlight for me. I found it really rewarding to be out and about in the community and to actually be welcomed and to be a genuine part of our community. I'm particularly proud of introducing things like Cuppa with a Councillor, the roundtables, all the things that connect us to our community. And Councillor Halsell raised in her speech, which I want to acknowledge her for nominating, and I look forward to seeing that. But I just want to say, you know, that connectedness is actually very important to our community, and I think we've done that not always as well as we would like, and not always as we plan to, but we have really committed to that, and that's been a huge focus for us. The thing I'm proudest of is that we now have a council group that's functional, respectful, we're listening to the community, and always putting the community in the forefront of everything we do, which is actually our job as councillors. It's not that difficult really, but we have actually achieved that. It's been very challenging this year with a period of increased living costs, the drought, the EFFE, group legislation, they're just a few things. And they have had a big impact on our community, both in a wellbeing and a community focus, as certain communities have been affected greater than others. But it's been very difficult out in the community, and I want to thank the community for the way they've approached it. As Mayor, I'm proud of, as outgoing Mayor, I'm proud of the way we've approached the work we've undertaken, and we really have restored integrity, respect and work to the council, and that's going to be my legacy, I hope. The highlights of this year was probably the chair of the Hume Local Region Government Network and coordinating and formalising the region's advocacy project and also the council's advocacy project. And that's been a huge win, and I want to pay tribute to the council staff, the executive team, the CEO and my councillors group to getting that over the line. That's a lot of work, and I'm very proud that that will be one of my legacies. The economic roundtables focus on economic development has been very good, and we've really stepped up the advocacy to federal and state ministers. We've had numerous meetings which have ended with quite a few to-do things for our CEO, but I'm sure she's well and truly onto it, and I look forward to working closely with her in the 12 months ahead. I want to say thank you to my Deputy Mayor, Scott Jeffrey. He's been a fantastic Deputy Mayor, and I want to say thank you to my council group for their support, respect and communication. It's been very valued, and I've really enjoyed it. I do want to pay enormous homage to my husband, Alistair, and my son, Fergus, who have been a tower of strength. I want to again say thank you to my councillors who have been very supportive and allowed me to get on the job. As a woman, as a mayor, as a councillor, as a mum and a business owner, you don't get to sit in this chair without having a few good girlfriends, and they know who they are. And thank you for the counsel that they've provided me, and the occasional wine and gin and tonic. It's been very, very appreciated. So I'm very fortunate to have a very strong group of girlfriends, and they are very important to me. So thank you. My work for the community will continue and will focus on economic development and advocacy, and I look forward to supporting Mayor Jeffrey in that. I'd love to see the Greening Euroa project get up. I'd love to see the Kerwins Bridge project get up. And I'd love to see reliable energy and internet for our area, as well as housing for workers and opportunities for people with employment. And so I look forward to working with the council group for enabling infrastructure, because that's what we're talking about all the time. If we can play a small role in that, then our community is far richer for it. I'm grateful finally for the confidence demonstrated in me, and I want to say thank you to the Strathbogie community for their support and their confidence in me, and I'm very excited about the next 12 months. And thank you to all the council group.
Thank you very much, Councillor Kennedy. We now move on to item 7.1.4 on page 13 of our agenda. Councillors, can I please have a motion, and can you please state what your motion is? Carlson.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I move that the recommendation listed in two parts on page 13 be adopted.
Could we have a seconder for the motion, please? Councillor Kennedy. Thank you. Is there any opposition to the motion, or would any councillor like to speak to the motion?
I would like to ask a question of clarification. My question is, I understand that the reason why a mayor has a car is because of the quantity of kilometres travelled, and that it's actually more economical for the council to actually provide a car. What I'm interested to know is what the actual difference is, because I also note that there is a contribution required by the mayor of nearly $3,000. So if the cost differential is greater than that, fair enough. But if it's not, then the vehicle is subsidised by the personal use. And given that we all have very reliable cars, I still can't understand why it's, or how it actually is cheaper to use your own car.
Thank you for the question, councillor. So the contribution amount is to cover additional costs, and that's in line with our vehicle policy. We also have something that applies actually to our staff as well that have private use and personal use vehicles. So as to cover costs such as overheads around insurance and rego, ongoing maintenance as well. And it is the choice of the mayor of the day whether or not they want to take a provision of the car. That is not something that is mandatory, but that's the offering that's there for the mayor to take up that offer. Thank you for the question.
I was going to clarify. Do you actually, well, my question is, what is the difference in the cost? So is that available?
So happy to take that and provide specific details of that for you. But in actual fact, I think you will find that it's very cost effective given the cost of petrol that we're seeing and what's being charged and what's contributed within the council policy for vehicle usage. But happy to provide that to you outside of this meeting.
Councillor House, we did this time last year look into this, and there was a significant cost saving by having the mayoral vehicle rather than utilisation of personal vehicle with the kilometre based.
With the cost savings, my question is though, that as councillors and as mayor, you're still owning your own car, you're still paying your own rego, you're still doing your own private kilometres. So the personal benefit and I suspect as a farmer, your preference to drive a ute is to drive a ute. So you're not going to use the mayoral car for any personal stuff you do because it's not appropriate type of vehicle. So we're now running two cars, and so the overall cost, I can't see how that is actually a benefit to us as a council group and an organisation collectively.
Yeah,
that's where I'm coming from.
Thank you. Any further questions or clarification? Okay, now on the provision of a mayoral motor vehicle, I'll put the motion to a vote. All those in favour? Thank you. Motion is carried. Councillors, we now move to item 7.1.5, determination of board and committee representations for 2025 and 26 on page 15. The purpose of this report is to determine council representation on the various groups and bodies as it's in the agenda. Councillors, can I please have a motion, and can you please state what your motion is?
About this governance expert, Director Tingay.
Need to put in the.
You must.
Through you, Mayor Jeffrey. So if there was a motion to come from the floor from the councillors, it would be advised that it is read in accordance with the recommendation on page 15. And could the person moving the motion please state the elected representative against the individual committee in the table that is there printed. So if I could please have the elected representatives to the group, noting that some are the mayor, for example, also state who that councillor is. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll say that.
Councillor Carlson.
Yeah. We used to have the details. Yep. I move that the following committees the following councillors be nominated to the committees listed. The Chief Executive Officer Employment and Remuneration Committee will constitute the Mayor and Councillors Carlson and Councillor Ewan Kennedy. The Audit and Risk Committee will constitute of Councillor Clark Holloway with Councillor Vicky Housel being a substitute. The MAV will of course be constituted. And the Mayor as well as a given, sorry, Vic. The Municipal Association of Victoria is comprised of the Mayor and the substitute council is Claire Ewan Kennedy, Councillor Claire Ewan Kennedy. Victorian Local Government Association. The wrong one. No, I'll go down here. We've got two down the bottom. We're having a bit of a technical problem here. Just bear with us. Right, we've dealt with the Municipal Association of Victoria. Now we have the Municipal Association of Victoria MAV Emergency Management Forum, one councillor. Now I need some assistance here because I can't recall. To you. No wonder you raised it. Thank you, Councillor Biggs. Councillor Biggs is that representative. Victorian Local Government Association, the VLGA, one council, one councillor, and
It's not me.
it's not you. I don't think we've actually filled that position at this
I was
stage.
happy to do it if no one else wanted to do it.
Councillor Ewan Kennedy? You can only turn up once a year.
It's fine. I
That's
can do
right.
that.
That's been filled. Rural Councils of Victoria. The council nominees are Councillor Fiona Stevens and Councillor Vicky Housel. With an alternate? No alternate required? Right. Coal and Woodbine, which I don't know the exact title. Councillor Stevens can help me there.
So Councillor Carlson, Hume Region Local Government Network is the Mayor.
Yes. Hume Region Local Government, that's yourself, yes, and that's it. No other council or delegate or substitute or anything of that nature. Golden Valley Regional Library, that is myself, Councillor Carlson. Calder Woodburn Memorial Avenue Advisory Committee, I've got that right, Councillor Stevens. Golden Murray Climate Alliance, Golden Murray Climate Alliance, the GMCA is Councillor Housel with Councillor Holloway as alternate. We have the next two, the Community Safety Forum. We obviously have the executive officer, one executive officer to be nominated. And I can't recall the councillor who was.
Because we wanted more information, didn't we?
We
Sorry.
did want more
Sorry,
information.
through you, Mayor.
Yeah, through you, the Mayor, just for clarity, councillors. So that is the Victorian Police Community Safety Forum that we run here in Strathbogie, taking a nomination for that from the council.
Can I have some information about the commitment required?
It will be quarterly meetings and held in person here in Euroa, is my understanding, Vicky. That's fine.
Unless you want to be, I'm all for.
We go for it. I'll be your backup if need.
Okay, Councillor Housel, and you be an alternate, Councillor Stevens? And Councillor Stevens is the alternate. The road safe Golden Valley is, I take it, is Councillor Stevens. And that concludes my rather contort.
The executive officer on the community safety file will be CEO Quattrocchi.
It will be the CEO. Okay, fine.
Thank you very much, councillor.
That rather floppy resolution, I'll leave to the bureaucrats to talk about it. Makes sense.
Governance, all that.
As long as we've addressed everything, that's the main points.
Can I have a seconder for the motion, please? Councillor Halsall. Is there any opposition to the motion, or would any councillor like to speak to the motion? No, I'll now put the motion to the vote. Those in favour? Thank you, motion is carried. That now concludes our 2025 statutory meeting. The next meeting of Strathbogie Shire Council will be held this afternoon at 4 p.m. here at the Euroa Community Conference Centre. There being no further business, I declare the meeting closed at 10:38 a.m. Thank you, and please confirm cease of live streaming.